Welcome to Temple Sinai, to all of you who are gathered here in our sanctuary, and our friends and family who are joining us remotely on virtual Temple Sinai this evening. This is a Shabbat of gratitude for so many things. Actually, a weekend of gratitude as we look ahead to kindling the lights for Hanukkah. This evening, Rabbi Aviva Bass is on vacation, and our services will be led by student cantor Dan Geigerman, accompanied by Dr. David McFarland, and later in the service, Dan will welcome Rabbi Ali Cohen to join him for some music. I'm Lynn Weinstein, co-president, along with Betty Adams, and we look forward to having a joyful Shabbat this evening. I do want to remind everybody that truly Hanukkah is just around the corner. And on Sunday evening, I encourage you to kindle your lights and do so all week. We'll have information about what's ahead at Temple Sinai with regard to Hanukkah and some other programming that is in our near future as we close out the month of December and hopefully really start looking at 2021 in our rear view mirrors. Again, Shabbat Shalom to all who are here. Cantor Dan.
While the rabbi's away, the cantor will play. Play guitar, yes. And many other things. So Shabbat Shalom and welcome to this, our wonderful Shabbats during Thanksgiving. It is a pleasure to see all of you who are here with us, and I extend a special welcome to all of those who are with us virtually this evening. We will begin with the words of Olam Chesed Yibaneh, and if you don't know this song at all you need to know is this part. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. So it goes, Olam Chesed Yibaneh. And then your part goes, Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. It's that simple. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. 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 I must build this world from love. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. And you must build this world from love. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. And if we build this world from love, yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai, then God will build this world from love. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. Olam Chesed, Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. It is now my pleasure to invite Sheila and Bob Geller to lead us in the lighting of the Shabbat candles and welcoming in Shabbat.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher ishana b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you so much. Oh,
Yeah.
would you like to?
Yeah, sure.
Please, go ahead.
Sure.
Page 123.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. B'Shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom tehillah lemikrayei kodesh. Zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'charta v'tanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We now turn to page 138 for Lecha Dodi as we welcome in the Sabbath bride. As usual, we will be singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And if you feel able to, please stand during the last verse as we turn to our back doors and welcome in the Sabbath bride. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad ishmianu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem ultiferet ve'litchila lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor haberacha merosh miketem nesu chasof maase b'machshavat techila lecha Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva orech, kumi uri, shir daberi kevod Adonai, alayech nigla lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Bohi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha uvetzola tochem unei am segula bohi chala lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. If you take this moment while we are standing, or if you need to sit for a moment, please go ahead and do so, and turn to somebody who you don't know and say Shabbat Shalom, Happy Thanksgiving weekend. We continue on page 146 and remain standing for the call to worship, the Baruch Hu. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai, yai dai yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai. Yai dai 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 dai, yai dai yai dai dai dai, yai dai yai dai yai dai dai dai. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai. We turn the page to 148 for the words of the Ma'ariv Aravim, thanking God for creation. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim bechokma poteach she'arim. God of creation, who makes the evening fall from light into darkness at the setting of the sun, you unfold the heavens with brilliant moons and stars and wrap our souls with peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro mariv aravim bechokma poteach she'arim Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. We turn to page 150 as we read the English together at the bottom of the page. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and in doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We now turn to page 152 and rise for Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated. We continue on page 154 with a Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meotecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha Hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta baham, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha, uv'kumecha, uv'kshartam leot al yadecha, Ve'hayu letotafot bein einecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, leman tiskeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'item kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emetz. We now turn to the words of Hashkivenu on 160, as I invite my friend and colleague, Rabbi Ali Cohen, to sing this beautiful composition written by Noah Aronson, Let There Be Love. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, L'shalom.
L'hamidenu, Shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu, Sukat shlomecha.
Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, L'shalom. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, L'shalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. It's the first time we've sung together in over 10 years. We now turn to page 164 as we prepare to stand before God with the tefillah portion of our service. I want us all on page 165 to read the bottom little paragraph in English. In an envelope marked personal, God addressed me a letter. In an envelope marked personal, I have given my answer. Please rise. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor veHanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chastei Avot veImahot, Umevi Geula Livnei Bneihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava. Melech Ozer uMoshiach uMagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Michayeh HaKol Atah Rav leHoshia, Mashiv HaRuach uMorid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim v'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol berachamim rabim, Tomech noflim v'rofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech me'mit u'mechayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kedoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We take a moment for our own personal prayer. Modim Anachnu lach she'atahu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imotenu leolam va'ed Sur chayenu Magen Yishenu Atahu ledor vador Tahu ledor vador Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol heidu bechol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael amcha, tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. If you were wondering what was the beginning tune, the Modim, this was a popular tune to include right before the Shalom Rav. Oh, you can come on. Right, to include right before the Shalom Rav at the camp that I used to work at. And if you read the upcoming bulletin article that I've written, you'll understand a little bit more about that tune. We now turn to thoughts of those who can't be with us today, or those who are with us today who need a little bit extra prayer, a little bit of extra thought and help from God. And as I pass my hand over our congregation, I invite you to raise your hand to say the name of somebody who you are thinking who needs a refuah shlema, a healing that is complete. Oh, yes. Thank you. And those who are joining with us virtually, if you can give power and strength to the names of the people that you are thinking of right now. And we continue with the Misha Berach. Misha Berach Avoteinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov.
Misha berach imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel.
May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our lives be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love.
Bless us with the vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow.
Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Mi sheberach avotenu.
Mi sheberach imotenu.
Hear our prayer.
Hear our prayer.
Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer and bless us as well. Hear our prayer.
Hear our prayer.
Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer. Hear our prayer and bless us as well. Now comes the fun part. The cantor gives the sermon. So first, before I start this sermon, I want to do two things. First is to let you know a little disclaimer. Part of this was inspired by a talk that my father gave a couple of High Holy Days ago, and so part of it is inspired by that. The other part I want to do before is I want to involve some congregational participation. And I want to ask all of you, if you're willing to, raise your hand to give thanks for something that you or your family members are thankful for. Anybody want to? Yes?
I'm thankful for Seth.
Of course, and I am thankful for Seth as well. Judy. And me, thank you. Thank you, Judy, for inviting me to your home yesterday. It was such a blessing. And I am thankful for them as well. It was wonderful meeting them. Yes.
My great-granddaughter.
New great-granddaughter, Mazel Tov. Isn't that wonderful? Anybody else? Yes.
I'm grateful to have my daughter and two friends who had me to their home yesterday for Thanksgiving.
Isn't that a blessing? Isn't that a blessing?
Cantor Dan,
Yes.
and I'm thankful that you're doing the sermon tonight and not me.
Well, at least one of us thankful for that. Yes. Yes, that is a blessing. That is such a blessing. Yes.
Thankful for being here.
Thankful for being here. I am thankful that you are here too. Yes. 99 years. What a blessing. What a blessing. What a blessing. So this does not answer our one true question as to why we are here. And that question is, why does everybody think they sound amazing when they're singing in the shower? This was a hard question to answer, but I asked our wonderful Rabbi Google what the answer was, and Rabbi Google said this: in the shower, you are surrounded by hard, smooth surfaces that bounce the sound back and forth to you. That gives your voice more power, more gravitas, turning up the volume. Because the sounds are bouncing around, some of them take longer to reach your ear and give that sort of like reverb style, like you're in a big hall. And it stretches out the sound. It makes it richer and fuller, and you sound great, don't you? To summarize, the shower creates an echo chamber that reinforces your voice so that it sounds more pleasant to your ears. This experience can be uplifting, freeing, and even fun. However, There are new types of electronic echo chambers that have been created over the past decades that take this effect and turn it into a tool for manipulation. Social media sites that once started as merely a way of connecting people with similar interests and hobbies have now turned into a conglomeration of individually isolated social bubbles that not only sort us by our favorite hobbies or what school we went to, but also by our ideological, religious, and moral leanings. And we gobble up the filtered information presented to us religiously. This presents a challenge, especially when dealing with family. And I mention this because it is Thanksgiving. In this week's Torah portion, first, Vayeshev, issues arise between Joseph and his brothers. Their father, Jacob, who was recently renamed Israel, seems to favor Joseph over his other sons. And Joseph's brothers, Vayisneu oto velo yachlu dabro l'shalom, hated him and could not speak to him peacefully. This rift only grew wider as Joseph told his family of his dreams, the dreams that, when interpreted, stated that he would reign over his brothers. As the youngest, this was unheard of. There was no talk of honest discussion or reaching out to the young, most likely confused Joseph. Just the brothers in their own echo chambers deciding to get rid of their problem. Now, I grew up as an adopted son of a mixed marriage. Ideological conversations were different in my house. People in the know would often stereotype my parents, putting each of their beliefs into neat little boxes. Family get-togethers were interesting depending on which side of the family we were visiting. Wait, I should probably clarify that I was raised in a politically mixed household. Though my parents lean different ways, thank you. Though my parents lean different ways politically, it was their love that helped me grow straight, tall, and well-rounded. And I'm not talking about this. There were no political echo chambers, and I learned that love and respect should govern discourse and disagreement, not hate and fear. Hatred and fear breeds violence and further discourse. It gives us an opportunity to dehumanize those we do not agree with. And as Jews, we know where that path can lead. We look to our Christian brothers and sisters for wisdom on this matter when we use the common phrase, turn the other cheek, from the book of Matthew. Though this can be very, very difficult. Turning to respectful, nonviolent, and peaceful strategies, while they can be extremely difficult to do, helps us to become better people. We give ourselves the opportunity to create true shalom, not only of peace between two people, but a clear understanding, a shalem, an all-inclusive understanding of each other. And it gives us a chance to further the practice of tikkun olam, of repairing the world. This expression of love can bridge gaps that we have created in society and bring us together. And it's my hope that during this next year, from this Thanksgiving to the next, that each one of you gets a chance, gets an opportunity to experience what love can do to overcome hatred and fear. Can you hear out sound? May this be God's will. Shabbat shalom. We now have announcements.
Good evening. Oh, okay, I'm good. Thank you. We're still getting used to this. Can you hear me? Is it working well? Okay, good. Shabbat Shalom. I'm Betty Adams, co-president of Temple Sinai, along with Lynn Weinstein, better known as the birthday girl tonight. Before we get into anything else and to announcements, I would love to thank the following sponsors. Tonight's Erev Shabbat service is sponsored by Pam Nadler and Mark Sickles in memory of Mark's beloved father, Bert Sickles, Helene and Sidney Wortel in memory of Helene's beloved mother, Sally Tenser, Charles Plotkin in memory of his beloved mother, Lillian Plotkin, Seema and Ed Greenblatt in memory of Marcel Namordi, Marcia Weber in memory of Bernard Weber, Betty and Eric Adams wishing a very happy birthday to Lynn Weinstein. And the following donations to the community food pantries are sponsored by Zena Wagner and family in memory of Rachel Lena Adler and Goldie Moskowitz, Harriet Yaffe in memory of Alan W. Yaffe, Belle Brody in memory of Sophia Brody Berkowitz, Marcia Weber in memory of Bernard Weber. Our Saturday, November 27th Shabbat Torah study is sponsored by Pam Nadler and Mark Sickles in memory of Mark's beloved father, Bert Sickles, Elisa Eisenman in memory of Harriet Cohen, Charles Plotkin in memory of his beloved mother, Lillian Plotkin, and Pam Nadler and Mark Sickles in honor of Lynn Weinstein's birthday. And we have, hot off the press, a new fundraiser. We're always doing something here. The Spanish River Concert Series, some of you may be familiar with it. We are selling tickets for the concert series as a fundraiser for Temple Sinai. You can see, if you're here in the building, you can see Harvey Fields and Sherry Friedman tonight at the Oneg. There will be emails with all the information going out to the general population because you don't want me reading off phone numbers here. I know you don't. Also, we do still have our food drive going on, our holiday food drive. It's doing pretty well, but we can always use more. And the toy drive, which we have a box in the lobby, the toys are going to children of migrant families of Palm Beach County, and both of those are going to be ending around the middle of December. So you have time, you can shop the sales and drop off some new unwrapped toys and groceries. We also have the Adult Ed series last week was wonderful, and the next one that is coming up is they had Jewish Roots 2 with Dr. Rose Feinberg, and that will be Sunday, December 19th at 3 p.m. You'll again see some more information about that. I believe you could sign up tonight with Jane. No, you can't sign up yet, but you will next week with Jane Brown. Let's see what else. Brotherhood presents Mike Saunders, legendary trainer for the New York Knicks, on December 12th at 12:30 p.m. All are welcome. Again, any events that are in the temple, you do need to have proof of vaccine with you to enter the building. And the information for Brotherhood members are free, $5 for temple members, $10 for non-members. You could see Eric Adams tonight to sign up. Oh, is Jay here? Jay Sweet here to sign up tonight if you're in the building. Did I forget anything? I'm sure. Thank you.
Next Friday evening, we will join together as a Temple Sinai family and celebrate Hanukkah, as we have done in past years here in the sanctuary. Please feel free to bring either your Hanukkah or your menorah, whichever you choose to use in terms of naming your lights. And what we will do, as we've done in the past, is set those up along long tables at the front of the sanctuary so that we can kindle the lights together prior to lighting the Shabbat candles. We will have some sweets to celebrate Hanukkah following the service next week. And once again, in terms of bringing toys, you can also bring some toys that will go to Jewish Family Service for some of the young Jewish children who are also in need this year. So we look forward to a Hanukkah celebration, a little bit different perhaps than a few years ago. Sorry, folks, no latkes here at Sinai this year. but we do look forward to celebrating together. Eric will do his best to do the dreidel games, as he has done for, 47 years now, Eric? And we're really going to look forward, as I said earlier, to looking at 2021 in our rear view mirrors. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
We now continue on page 598 with our closing prayers of Aleinu and Kaddish Yatom, and we rise. It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were freed to do. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be an O to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your words were gifts to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing to love what death has touched. At this moment, we call to mind those who are no longer with us. We remember the names of those who we have loved in life and who we remember now that they are no longer with us. As I pass my hand around the congregation, please feel free, if you wish, to raise your hand to mention the name of your loved one. And any names from those of us who are praying virtually tonight, please say those names out loud right now. And to those names we add those who, the Yortzeit, whose anniversary of passing we mark on this Shabbat. Stella Birdie, Robert R. Bright, Lucille Crespin, Bernie Edish, Marilyn Fine, Benjamin Lewis Freeman, Phyllis Guerin, Ann Greenberg, Ray Hetner, Ava M. Hirschman, Edward Hilt, Harriet Ann Holt Horowitz, Shirley Howard, Rosaline Cades, Frederick W. Cantor, Ida Cass, Isidore Cass, Fred Cohen, Milton Leif, Samuel Musicant, Viola Marks Rankin, Joseph E. Rosenberg, Albert Saunders, Carl Stephen Schnapp, Sumner Siegel, Bertha U. Silver, Louis Sitomer, Bernard Sloan, Goldie Sloan, Leon Trester, Ida Wall, Flora Warshaw, Alan A. Weinstock. And to those names, we also add Lily Berg, Harry Bobbis, Shirley Dinsky, Saul Dubin, Irving Garber, Selma Gordon, Esther Klingman, Philip Lenner, Ira Mank, Howard Needleman, Donald Oken, Morris Rubel, Dorothy Pasternak Rubin, Raphael Sharfman, Estelle Silver, Jerome Ira Sokloff, Rudy Weinstein, Michael Bryman, and Catherine Geigerman.
Cantor Dan, I have an additional list that I will read.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, a different list, yes. The lights on the memorial boards are kindled for the following members and friends of Temple Sinai family: George Brownstein, Morris Dicker, Lena Epstein, Sylvia Friedman, Edna Gaber, Ella Greenberg, Sadie Gross, Morton Hertfield, Libby Jacob, Joseph Kessler, Aaron Leon Lesson, Sarah Lieberman, Jack Mundell, Henry Mandler, Marcel Nemordi, Henrietta Rimmerman, Ben Saunders, Emmanuel Schechter, Manuel Sperling, Morris Spilfogel, Marie Stein, Dorothy Weissenberg, Sophia Williams, Lillian Zimmerman, Louis Lupin, Morris Zwiegenhaft. And additional folks that we are remembering tonight include Harriet Cohen, Sander Cohen, Robert Gluck, Mayor Coton, Henry Kramer, Tevya Ted Lubelski, Elsie Miller, Goldie Moskowitz, Isidore Murnick, Lillian Plotkin, Major Bernard Schatz, Bert Sickles, Morris Tenser, Jean Warren, Bernard Weber, Alan Yaffe, and Francis Sack. And those in the Schlossheim period include Ruth Lewis, Elaine Cohen, and member Donald Pasternak.
My apologies, I was reading last week's list. We now turn to page 598 and rise as one community in remembrance of these names and all the names of those who do not have anyone to say their name anymore. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam le'olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit alev, v'yit halal, shemei dekudasha, barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'miran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. We now turn back to the beginning of our service, our opening song, Olam Chesed Yibaneh. Building this world together with acts of loving kindness is a wonderful way to end our Shabbat here. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. 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 I must build this world from love. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. And you must build this world from love. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. And if we build this world from love, yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai, then God will build this world from love. Yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. Olam chesed yibaneh, yadadai, yadai, yadadai, dai. And before we go back and have our wonderful little oneg, we recite the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.